Podcast. I'm your boy X, aka X to the Z, aka Exclusive 1914, aka Mr. X-Ray. I'm here with my brothers today.
Yo, what's going on? This is Sean Big Shot, aka 1990s baby. What it do? It smells like a new season, dog. What's going down, Mo?
It's the comeback season, that's what it is. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mo, aka Mozilla, is back, and season 2 is back with you. We're gonna have some action-packed this season, man. We got a lot of things lined up. What we got, X?
For sure, man. But like we said, it's parlays and cigars, and it's smooth over here, man. So it's good to be with y'all, man. It's been a little minute,
Man.
you know. We had the pandemic, stopping everything and doing everything on Zoom, so it's good to be back in person for at least a little bit.
For sure, man. I miss my brothers, man.
Yeah.
Man, life, man. Sometimes life get in your way, but, man, we fight through it and try to put things in place, man. And season 2, we here. We got some great things in the works, man. Some potential new guests coming up season 2.
Mm-hmm.
And, man, we about to make it do what it do, man.
For sure.
Wait is over.
For sure.
Trying to get it in. It's time to get back to work. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
for
It's time to
sure.
get back to doing what we love to do, doing what we plan out to do, and, get everything. We had to get a lot of kinks and,
Mm-hmm.
man, we had to sort out so
A lot.
much stuff. So we hope y'all, supporters. We hope you guys, stay on our bandwagon. Keep supporting us, Parlay and Cigars.
For sure.
We here for you guys. We got a lot of topics. We got a lot of knowledge. We got a lot of educational things. I mean, it's things that we've just learned in the last few months during our time away from the media. So we got a lot of things to work up on.
Absolutely. And thank you, everybody that been reaching out to us, man. It's been crazy. We didn't realize how much support we had, man. So we thank you for all the followers, man, all the fans, man. We hear y'all. We hear all the great topics that y'all throwing at us. We here. We're going to continue growing. So we appreciate y'all support. And we're not stopping.
Sure,
Don't
for
stop,
sure,
won't
man.
stop.
For sure. Well, let's get into some of our what's popping, man. What's going on? It's kind of the current events. One of the big things. I don't know if y'all seen it, man. Seen the videos, but it was the officer in Atlanta. I don't know his name, but did you see the lady that was handcuffed on the ground? And this man just straight up kicked her in the face, bro.
I seen that.
That was
video.
wild. Yeah, I seen that.
It's crazy,
That was
man.
wild.
And we still applying that pressure, man. We still talking about this stuff. The stuff that's going on right now. I thought it was crazy, man. And as somebody that comes from the, criminal justice, working with the courts and things like that, that background, and as a use of force trainer, like, bro, it was no reason for that force.
Not at all.
Like,
Not at
and
all.
a lot of the times, man, some of the force we see is unreasonable. Like, so I wanted to talk about that, and also the video that was circulating around with the Aurora police officer. I think his name was John Harbaugh or something like that. But they pulled up on a guy, 2 guys. And they said one of the guys had warrants. This dude pistol whipped and pulled his gun out on him, his weapon on him. Dude was sitting there. He didn't run. His partner ran. And he didn't run. He was sitting there, and they got him to the ground. And, like, dude pulled a weapon out on him. Like, bro, turn around, put your hands behind your back. And dude was like, wait, what's going on? Like, what's happening here?
And he pistol whipped him.
Man, pulled his gun out on him. Had it to his head. He told him to put his hands behind his back. He put his hands behind his back. Then he said he had a warrant. And the dude was like, wait, hold on, I don't got a warrant. And that's when it all went awry, because, he put his hands back up. And the officer pistol whipped him several times in the face, man. And it's just that force. It's unreasonable. It's not, it ain't something that's needed, man. And this is where we say these policies got to change. This is where you got to make those changes and demand these changes, man. Because, these laws is outdated. And my thing is, they need to come up with a different way. Because what happens in these situations is, even if the officers found like something's wrong, or the money that's paid to families and stuff, we pay that money.
Right.
Yeah.
The community pays
yeah,
that money.
right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's on budget.
So I think something's got to change with these use of force. Hey, look, these things go down and we find you guilty of this. This is something that's hurting your pocket, man.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So what y'all think about that, man? Tell me y'all thoughts on that.
Well, first off, you can see the change just in the structure of policing. Period. Now, I mean, I can see it. I can see the change here, even in the city. Within the city, you just don't see them out as much. Like back, before this stuff, the talk and these incidents and different situations was occurring, you would see officers out a lot more, and it's kind of those things like, the crime rate here in Columbus have increased significantly. And then you want to say, well, is it because policies are changing? Like, is this like kind of like a sacrifice? Like, do we have to sacrifice this, and do people have to lose their lives for stuff to change? Or, is the change, is it in the works? Because honestly, you just don't hear, okay, this is what's been changed, and this is, unless that you're in that environment. And you're hearing those policies and you're hearing it being fought for. I think like an update should be told to the public and the communities out here, like, hey, this is what we're working. So at least they have faith and they believe that it's working. Whatever systems they coming up with, I believe every 2 months. It's just funny, like every time something go with COVID, you get an update.
That's true.
News is every day
like
still
that.
updating COVID, but we can't get an update on what policies is being, what's being done, what new policies are coming into play, and how it's affected. How's it going to affect, our livelihood here in the city?
That's what those town halls and city council meetings, man. That's why we got to be on them, and actually checking some of that stuff out, because a lot of stuff, it comes from those little local things that we don't think about.
That's true.
And they don't make it so
As
accessible to people anyway.
Right.
Most of that stuff is during the time that we at work, during the time that the average person, and you may have some town halls after work, but it's like right after. When you think about the structure of everything anyway, it's meant for us not to be there.
Right, and they don't promote it like they should. They have these meetings happening probably every first of the month Mondays or something like that, but they don't promote it as they should in those communities to let them know, hey, show up at this town hall for this meeting. Just be consistent at it. A lot of times people don't know. We don't know until you let us know what's going on. I want to trickle back on the 2 incidents that took place. Those 2 incidents, you did wrong. Like, simple as that. It was like, as an adult, we know what's right or wrong. And what they literally did was clear as day wrong. Like, it had to be, like, it's just black and white, man. Like, you know what you did wrong. You should either fully lose your job and face criminal charges. Simple as that. Like, it's just crazy. It's like, we have to find a level of, just like you quickly charge an individual that's not a police officer. No offense. I know a lot of police officer friends. I work for a lot of different ones. I get it. I understand where they come from. They deal with a lot of craziness. But I feel like when it comes to life, it should be an equal balance when it comes to life, man.
And here's the thing,
no matter if you're a police officer or not.
Exactly. And last thing on this, man, just with that, because it's the same with me. I know a lot of people, like I said, I was in that circle. One of the things that I pride myself on in a job that I had previously, I cultivated a relationship with law enforcement and the families and the community people we dealt with. So not just law enforcement, community agencies, schools, all these people. And like you said, man, it's a treacherous job. When you think about it, it's a lot to it. It's tough.
Yeah.
But just like, in those instances, we're presented with something and we have to act accordingly. And I think in the same way, they should be held accountable for the same thing. You have to act accordingly. You can't go outside yourself. Some jobs you can't have a bad day.
Right.
You know, and that's one of those jobs. Like, you can't.
You gotta put your emotions and keep it in the car and keep it out your house.
Exactly.
And focus on the professional side of your job.
Exactly.
And that kind of, I believe we got a topic speaking about pretty much mental health stuff today.
For sure.
Absolutely.
You know,
For
people
sure.
having to take breaks and things
Mhm.
like that. That sound to me, you gotta kind of, what's that saying? You gotta check yourself before you wreck yourself.
For sure.
Facts, facts.
For
You know
sure,
what I'm saying?
man. And
this
that's.
time you really gotta stop and be like, hold on,
Mm-hmm.
maybe I am losing it. Maybe I am getting a little out of character.
Right.
And
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Maybe I am not feeling like myself.
True. True.
And listen, that's one thing. You know, you may have to say that. And you know, speaking of that, like going to our next topic, I wanted to talk about the Olympics. We're seeing, you know, people dropping out just to focus on their mental health, man. And that's one thing. Like, so you get different emotions from that. You see people like, oh, you're supposed to be professional. You're supposed to be an Olympian. You're supposed to go out there and give it your all. Why are you backing out because of your mental space? You know, some call it lazy. Some call it, you know, hey, you just don't want to work. But at the same time, man, I think we should recognize those things. I think officers maybe should get more mental health days. Or
Yes.
more, you know, hey, when you
Counseling.
come in, check in. Hey, where we at today? Where you at? How you feeling? It may seem elementary, but hey, how you feeling? You know, where you at on the scale of, you know, and my thing is if you're not feeling too well, let's see what we can work with and do so it can help everybody. Because it's not only going to help the department, it's going to help the community at large.
Absolutely.
And, you know, I think it's commendable what Naomi and Simone and some others are doing with the Olympics and saying, you know, hey, I'm not right mentally right now. I need to back out.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah,
so
I'm proud of them being honest. I'm proud of this trends of mental wellness because it's a lot of people pass away due to stress, due to mental illness and things of that nature. That now we're really talking about it, and especially for our culture, we need to talk about it. You feel me? Because it's not only like back in the day. Yeah, you had if you an athlete. Yeah, you had the reporters you have to deal with, and you may have some like your the whether it's your coaches or the organization that you're part of putting pressure on you, but it's a lot different now because you got social media, so you got more people have more access to you. So you're not only dealing with the reporters dealing with you deal with people in your face anytime you go out. So it's so much. There's like more levels to it than it was when you had like we all knew like the top big celebrities like the Michael Jackson,
Right.
the Eddie Murphys, the we call Janet Jacksons, even the Holly Berrys. We know these are high level people. Anytime they walk out, we call reporters and everybody's gonna be on them. But the paparazzi, yeah. But now you have the regular people that's coming up, like just regular people, but they have so much of following, they got so much access to them now, so there's a lot more stress.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's so
that people
quick.
ain't used to.
so quickly you come up like that, you know. Now, mind you, it's been a grind. You've been, you know, practicing and doing all that, but you know, one day hey, look, I'm just starting. I
There's
made it
no
to the
class
big
for it.
leagues.
You still grinding.
Yeah.
The next day you boom.
For sure.
Everybody calling your phone.
There's no class for it. You're not getting no class for it, like you go to school for this, like how to be prepared for this stuff. It's like, hey, here you go,
Yeah.
figure it out.
For sure.
Not
For
saying
sure.
that's a bad thing, because that's good. If you,
Yeah.
if your hard work pays off like that for you,
Right.
what's that, overnight success?
Exactly.
Mhm.
And if it happens like that, you know, but you gotta know how to handle it.
Mhm. Yeah, and I mean, like we say, I mean, it really, it's not overnight, but in that time, that's what you need to
Right.
build. As you're building, as you're going through that struggle, you need some of those lessons, man. But I want to get to the question, our parlay, our way, man. It's the question of the day, and you know, just seeing all this mental, like everybody focusing on their mental health, it made me question and think. Has there been a time for any of y'all where you can say you needed to step away or you did step away from something to mentally, you know, get back to the right spot, or, you know, a time where you look back and you're like, man, I probably should have, you know, stepped out of that to take some time for myself to see how, you know, maybe this outcome would have changed a little bit.
I think for me, and I know Mo, he could probably vouch on this. For me, being at the regular from college, I was went into the food industry for many years, and being on the manager side of it, running, overseeing multiple locations and things of that nature, and the pressure. And Mo, he can vouch on this, the pressure that you deal with in that type of industry of not only running a business, but overseeing staff and things of that nature, and not having a life, like not having a family. Not talk about family, not spending time with your family. Correct me. And for me, that drained me out, man. I had no, like, when I talk about ex, no, like, I'm talking about only time I see my wife was at night, put my head down.
That was probably for a few hours.
Yeah, right,
That was
man.
bad.
It was, I don't know.
I know what you're talking
I
about.
don't know how I survived that long, man. I give a shout out to anybody that's running a restaurant, running a business in that industry, man.
Yeah.
Big shout out, because it's no joke, man. It's no joke, and it's a killer, man. But it's one of the things that really I really had to step back for myself, because don't get me wrong, I was making some great money, but I knew for myself mentally I wasn't going to survive, man. I was going to tap out before the age of 30. So I know for myself I had to step away and trust in my work. Like, I know my work. So I know where I want to be at, and I know I want to be there. Not only being there but also be there for my little one when she's growing up. Be there for those special moments. I don't want to hear, oh, well, Daddy had to work. You know what I'm saying? I seen that growing up when I was a kid, and I want to be able to have that balance. I was able to have that balance now. Having my own business and being an insurance broker. So if y'all need any health insurance or any life insurance, especially as young people, man, call at me. Yeah, Sean Moore. We give details later, but DM us.
You gotta put the plug in there. I feel it though, man. I feel it, man. So I'll definitely say for me, man, and I've learned that in this time, you know, before I was one of those people, man, that was like, look, I'm gonna keep working, I'm gonna keep grinding. I'll sleep when I'm dead.
Right.
That was literally
mindset.
That was literally my mindset. Like, and that's growing up. And it's not until, you know, and I hate to say it, bro, like, it's not until now where I realize, like, oh yeah, I gotta take the time and take some time to myself. And starting school, man, you know, I'm in IT school right now and doing my thing with Perscalis. So it's been crazy, man, because I've been, you know, I just been grinding. Like, it's a 15-week program, and it's kind of intense, man. You know, you putting a lot of work in, and I found myself where daily I'm putting in, I go to class from 9 to 4, and then, you know, after I get off class, I'm working till 8, 9 o'clock at night. Then I might do a study session with, you know, the group. We'll say, oh man, everybody's free at 9. Let's do a study session at 9. And do a study session at 9. And it came some points, and I was doing this all throughout the weekend and through the week. You know, the school Monday through Friday. I'm doing school through the week, and then studying and going hard on my work all throughout the weekend. And I was like, I can't do this whole 15 weeks, or I'm gonna be done. By the time it comes to the end, man. So just recently, I was like, you know what? I'm actually gonna take this weekend and not do any work. Now I'll be doing some work this weekend, but last weekend I said I'm enjoying myself, man. Went to the pool, did some other stuff with the family, just to get that time back and reconnect with them. So you definitely need your mental health days. You definitely need to sit back and, you know, take some time for yourself. What about you, Mo?
Yeah, I definitely had a job where I had to just, you know, just my field, the field, you know, that I got my degree in. And my first job, I mean, I was there for a minute because I knew I needed to get some type of experience. So, you know, and I was just like, I really don't want to push out and look for another job, but, you know, this is toxic. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't keep thinking like this. I can't keep going in, moving like this. I can't, you know what I mean? It was just like, it was crazy. So, just as, you know, you really don't know about, you know, how to really control your mental You know the feeling. You like, man, I'm tired. Like, this is some BS. This is bull. Like, I'm done. Like, but you really don't know unless you really educated on like mental health.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then, because some people be like, you might snap and they be like, man, this dude crazy. Not
Right.
like
it built up.
Yeah,
It didn't just pop out of nowhere.
So just being educated about those triggers that might make you flare up, and the indicators. I want to say, just knowing that can go a long way because it can get you out of a bad situation. I think a lot of people are locked up today just because they didn't know how to handle their emotions. Outbursts. Like, anybody can get angry, anybody can get pissed off.
For sure.
Anybody can go crazy for real. But how far are you really going to take it to affect your life?
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, your family, because work, it affects everything. Work affects your family, your livelihood, your quality of life, but you can't let it do that. You got to take the good with the bad, bad with the good.
For sure, man.
And that's why I had to get out. So once I got out, of course, things there. I still had other employment, options that were still, kind of hard and difficult. It was a difficult path, but nothing like that first job. When I say I was losing it, I was losing it. So I had to get out.
I feel it.
I ain't gonna lie to you, X, man. When I got out of my job, I slept for a whole 2 weeks straight.
Yeah, he was not.
Like,
Dude was like, man, I ain't slept like this. I'm like, what you been up to? He said, man, I'm
sleeping, bro.
I wish, man. And that's the thing. My mental was all jacked up after my last job, man. It was all jacked up. I spent 11 years, doing. It was all I knew. Like, this was my life. I like completely engulfed myself in it. And like, it was my degree. It was just where I wanted to go. But just learning now, man. I'm learning, like, and this is how I look at it. That my brain is literally the seed that you plant. Because what happens is that seed, it starts to grow, and it grows the roots, and everything comes from that seed. And the roots control everything. The roots can like spread underground.
Talk about
it. It's this beautiful tree or beautiful plant or whatever.
Right.
But it's that just the roots touch everything and brings the signal to what it is. And like, I'm the product of my brain, that seed that's planted, and it controls everything in my body. So, not being right mentally or not, having a mental overload affects your body. It affects, how you think. It affects everything. So that's one of the things you got to think about, man. But I just wanted to, we just wanted to give you people something. We wanted to bring season 2 back to you guys.
Absolutely.
And, get back with you. And so it's good to be back. We'll see, how much longer we can do this because, hopefully they talking about another shutdown in September. But we'll see.
Man,
So,
They better shut it down.
Talk about we call mental health, mental wellness, man. It's a event coming up. I believe in a couple of weeks, about 3 weeks. The African American Male Wellness Walk.
Oh, for sure.
It is one of the biggest things down. I know they do it all around Ohio, but in Columbus, it's going to be August the 14th. So again, it's the African American Male Wellness Walk.
Yep.
So definitely, if y'all get a chance, and not just for males and females,
Everybody come on
kids, everybody come out, support. It's a big event, man. They usually have like barber talks throughout the year. This is a very good thing, man. Very great thing, man. So definitely support that.
For sure, man. Well, listen, y'all tuned in to another episode of Parlay and Cigars podcast. We appreciate y'all joining in with us, and I appreciate y'all, brothers. I'm glad we can do this, man. And, until next time, man. It's smooth over here.
Over here.
For sure.